and jelly spoons old and new. Welcome to Kohigh Mathy's YouTube channel, bringing a very British twist to the world of retro video games. Now, before we begin, here are the answers to last month's quiz. Question 1, that was the puzzle picture, and it was of course an aerial view of a Frankfurter sausage dressed as Queen Victoria. Not as some of you suggested, Queen Victoria dressed as a Frankfurter sausage. Okay, question 2, that was the odd man out, which was of course the Cenopod. All of the others were Prime Ministers. Question 3, now this came in 6 parts. The answers were no, no, perhaps, sometimes, only by appointment, and yes, but only if our husbands are on night work. Now, where was I? Pretending to make up the script as I go along. Yes, I remember what I was going to tell you. This month marks another famous birthday, that of the crumpet. And I would like to take a moment to pay tribute to Tammany Wilkinshaft, who can with some justification be called the father of the modern crumpet. Tammany was a master baker who lived in Nuneaton, and on one occasion invented the Garibaldi biscuit, that was of course named after that great Italian patriot Luigi Biscuit. But he's best known in merry old England for the crumpet. Now, the first crumpet was a crude affair. It was square in shape and it didn't have any holes, so subsequently the butter just ran off it, and Tammany became known in Nuneaton as the man with the greasy lap. But undeterred by the townspeople and many parlour maids, Tammany persisted with his crumpet until in 1880 he perfected the crumpet as we know it today. It was of course an immediate success. Soon he was getting orders from all over. He was asked to make a triangular crumpet for the YWCA. He was asked to make a circular crumpet for the Round Table. And on one occasion he was asked to make a crumpet shaped like a carpet slipper for his Masonic lodge. But his greatest moment came when he was asked by Parliament to make a giant one for Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. In honour of the occasion, he built a crumpet that was 15 feet across and 6 foot high, and as an added novelty, he hollowed out the centre and a Gaiety girl was secreted inside. And when the loyal toast was drunk, she leapt out wearing pink comms and waving a Union Jack. Either that or it was the other way around. Can't remember. In any case, the whole thing was a great success, and many people commented after that it was a smashing bit of crumpet. Now, glad I got that off my chest. Now, the reason that most of you have tuned in, let's have a look at some of the video games of yesteryear that are celebrating landmark birthdays this month. So this June, turning 30, we have Sonic the Hedgehog, a platform video game developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega for the Sega Genesis/Mega Drive home video game console. It is the first game in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise and was released in North America in June 1991 and then in PAL regions and Japan the following month. The game features Sonic the Hedgehog, who runs at supersonic speeds, set on a quest to defeat Dr. Robotnik, a scientist who has imprisoned animals in robots and stolen the powerful Chaos Emeralds. The gameplay involves collecting rings as a form of health and a simple control scheme with jumping and attacking controlled by a single button. Alien Storm, a side-scrolling beat-em-up, the game resembles Golden Axe with similar artistic style. There are 3 playable characters, a man, woman and novelty character, and pick-up or power-up special attacks. The player selects from the 3 characters to embark upon a quest to save Earth from alien invasion. The game was included on the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It is also available on the Wii Virtual Console. I spy with my little eye something beginning with... I've forgotten what it begins with now. Well, what is it? It's a light, so it begins with an L. Alright, I spy with my little eye something that begins with an L. Light. Yeah, good, yeah, you got it, yeah, oh, good, that's all right, your turn now. Look, it'll have to wait until we have looked at the games that are turning 25 this month. Quake, a first-person shooter video game developed by ID Software and published by GT Interactive. It is the first game in the Quake series. In the game, players must find their way through various maze-like medieval environments whilst battling a variety of monsters using an array of weaponry. The overall atmosphere is dark and gritty with many stone textures. Super Mario 64. A platform game for the Nintendo 64 and the first Super Mario game to feature 3D gameplay. It was developed by Nintendo EAD and published by Nintendo. As Mario, the player collects Power Stars whilst exploring Princess Peach's castle and must rescue her from Bowser. Super Mario 64 features an open world. It emphasises exploration within vast worlds, which requires the player to complete various missions, in addition to the occasional linear obstacle course, as in traditional platform games. It preserves many gameplay elements and characters of earlier Mario games. Right, well then, it's your turn. Okay, I spy with my little eye something beginning with C. It's not Cock and Light again, is it? Look, why didn't you think of a different game to play, whilst I inform the people at home of some of the games that are turning 20 this month? Time Crisis Project Titan. A light gun shoot-'em-up video game developed by Flying Tiger Entertainment and published by Namco for the original Sony PlayStation. It is a spin-off of Namco's Time Crisis series, serving as a direct sequel to the PlayStation port of the original game of the same name. Fire! Oh! Twisted Metal Black. A vehicle combat video game developed by Incognito Entertainment and designed by Sony Computer Entertainment America for the PlayStation 2. It is the fifth installment of the Twisted Metal series, and both Twisted Metal Black and Twisted Metal Black Online were reissued as part of Sony's Greatest Hits program and made available for the PlayStation 4 through the PlayStation Network. I can't think of another game to play. What about 20 questions? What's that? I think of something, and then you have 20 questions to find out what I'm thinking of. Okay, I mean, I don't think I need 20 questions, but I'll give it a go. Okay, I'm thinking of something. Right, the first question is, what are you thinking of? You know what, I'm just going to continue with the video, with a couple of games that aren't retro but have just entered double figures this month. The following games are turning 10 years old this June. Alice Madness Returns. A psychological horror hack-and-slash action-adventure platform video game developed by independent studio Spicy Horse and released by Electronic Arts for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. It is a sequel to American McGee's Alice. American McGee is a video game designer who is most famous for working on the Doom series. Alice Madness Returns follows Alice Liddell, a girl suffering from a trauma caused by the death of her family in a fire. Alice was discharged from a psychiatric clinic and now lives in an orphanage for mentally traumatised orphans under the care of Dr. Angus Bumby. To get rid of the trauma and learn the truth about her past, she once again falls into Wonderland, where a new evil force has corrupted it.
Blasted cat. Don't try to bully me. I'm very much on edge.
Perfect. When you're not on edge, you're taking up too much space.
Duke Nukem Forever. A first-person shooter video game developed by 3D Realms and published by 2K Games for Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X, PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. It is the fifth installment in the Duke Nukem series and sequel to 1996's Duke Nukem 3D. Duke Nukem Forever entered development in 1997 at 3D Realms and was finished by Triptych Games, Gearbox Software and Piranha Games between 2009 and 2011. In the game, the player controls Duke Nukem, an action hero who must come out of retirement to save the world from aliens when they begin kidnapping the women of Earth. Duke Nukem Forever earned mostly negative reviews from critics who criticised the graphics, the dated humour, the story, simplistic mechanics and unpolished performance and design.
Come in!
Well, that brings us to the end of this month's Retro Roundup. If you enjoyed the video, then please do click the like button and leave us a comment down below. And if you're not, please do subscribe for more retro ramblings and oddball British humour. But before we go, consider this. If Barbie's so popular, then why do you have to buy her friends? Cheerio. See you Friday. What? You mean I've got to wear my slacks twice this week?